Welcome to part 4 of my analysis on hospital record using SQL. So in this particular analysis or this particular part, I started looking for inconsistency value. So I target consistency check. So I'm starting with my encounter table. So I want to check, is there any start of encounter that is less than the is there any stop of encounter rather that is less than the start of an encounter? So if there's any value like that, or any row or any entry like that, then that is an error. So that's what I tried checking here. So I started writing my query, select star, then I counted, gave it a particular name. So I was checking where stop of encounter, right, is when the encounter ended. If it is less than when the encounter started in terms of time frame, then that is an error I need to attend to. So I started doing that, and of course when I executed my query, I got 1. So it means there's a particular entry that I need to pay attention to, right? Of course I need to clean. So how will I do that? You'll see that in subsequent video. Just ensure you keep watching and you see how I'm going to attend to that particular error. So after doing that, I went to date consistency. So basically I want to check, is there any patient, right, whose death date comes before the birth date? There shouldn't be anything like that. So if I have any entry like that, then it is an issue I need to attend to. That is an error, it's inconsistent, right, with the normal. So that is what I started doing here. And of course, using my death dates and my birth date colon. So I said where death date is not null. Why did I say is not null? Because in that particular column I actually have null values. So I'm trying to ensure that doesn't give me an issue. And of course, I said death date is lesser than birth date. Death date is less than birth date. And after executing that, I got 0. So we don't have any inconsistency with that. So that was okay. I was quite happy when I saw that, so that I won't have to go and start cleaning. And afterwards, I started looking at encounter after death. So what I'm trying to achieve here is to see, okay, is there any encounter that happened after the person already died, right? That when the encounter was recorded. Do you understand? So if there is a situation like that, it might be inconsistent with what we are supposed to or have, or it might be an error we need to attend to, or look at all of that. But basically I'm working with 2 different tables here, encounter table and the patient table. And of course I was able to use my join, and of course working with 2 different tables, using the common column to link both together. And of course I use my where clause. And death date is not null. I had to put that because I have not values. And of course, and I said encounter dot start, that is the start colon on encounter table, if it is greater than the death date on the patient table. So initially when I did this, I was getting a very wrong value. I was quite scared when I saw like thousands of value. What is happening? I was scared, but of course I discovered I made a mistake. Instead of patient dot death date, I was writing birth date, right? So when I discovered that it was my error, I was happy. And afterwards I went ahead to correct my error and came back, executed my query, and of course I was able to get my answer. Of course I have a few figures that will come up soon. I think about 68 of them. Yeah. So of course, what am I going to do to this? You will see that in my subsequent video, where I'll be showing you how I was able to clean that. If I thought I'm taking it out, will I take it out? You will see that in my subsequent video. All right, I'll see you in part 5. Take care.